Did you hear?
It's been 20 years on Panther Way.
Chloe Rose and Morgan Bright, Knox Central, class of 22.
Hey Panther Nation, this is Jeff Frost, principal at Knox Central High School, and I am so excited about our podcast today. In the education world, we hear a lot about a teacher shortage. We hear a lot about people aren't wanting to go into education. We're hearing a lot about the pay and the concerns and trying to find teachers and good, strong teachers. And so many school districts, and Knox Central and Knox County Schools being one of them, have had an initiative going on to try to help this issue, and it's called Grow Your Own. And so many school districts, including Knox Central, have spent time trying to grow our own future educators. And I am so excited today to have two who are currently student teaching here at Knox Central High School with us for the semester. They're with us for the semester in their student teaching role currently. We have Miss Morgan Bright with us and Miss Chloe Rose with us. Both of these are class of 2022 graduates, and we're thrilled to have them student teaching, but we want them to share a little bit about their experience and their role and their time coming here to get to this point of being a student teacher. So to get us started, I want to welcome both of you here, and I'm glad that you're with us, and really impressed with the work you've been doing in the classrooms here at Knox Central the time you've been here student teaching. So to get started, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you ended up here.
So I graduated in 22. I'm a senior at EKU, and I'm majoring in history education. So I initially had been told that I couldn't do my student teaching at the place I graduated, but I knew that I wanted to come back to this area. So I talked to the dean of education at EKU and was like, I would really like if I could just be in the area somewhere, whether that's at Barville or Knox Central, because I want to come back to the community I grew up in, and so that's how I ended up here.
Awesome.
Hey, I'm a senior at the Cumberlands, and my major is elementary education, and I have an emphasis in special education. So student teaching is 70 school days, so half of mine was at Flat Lake Elementary, and then the other half I'm with Miss Kayla Smith for special education. Cumberland's didn't really say that we couldn't be at our own school, so I just kind of got lucky.
Yeah, well, we're glad both of you are here, and both of them have finished or are finishing their college experience in 3.5 years, which for an educator is very good, because a lot of times people who go into education in college and go it takes up to 4.5 years sometimes with student teaching and all the classes they have to take, and sometimes a major, especially at the high school level. So for them to get out in 3.5 years is a excellent accomplishment. And tell us a little bit about your Knox Central memories there, growing up, and your experiences here at Knox Central.
So I played softball at Knox Central, and I think our class was really lucky in that we were able to be a part of the group that was able to go to state in basketball 3 times, able to win region in football. Our cheerleaders, who excel every year but really excelled while we were here, they won nationals. I played softball. We had our 19-game winning streak and made it to the semifinals in region, and that hadn't been done before. And then education-wise, I just had some really good teachers here. And a lot of that is the reason that I wanted to go into education, just being exposed to people who did care about not only what you were doing in the classroom but outside the classroom. And that was something that I really saw with especially student athletes, was the ability to be able to be exceptional at both things and have really good grades and also excel academically and athletically.
Yeah, kind of like Morgan said, we had a good group at Knox Central, so I just remember always being in the KC Crazies and getting to go to the region tournaments and having such a big turnout. So that's probably some of my best memories, getting to go to those games and getting to go to RUP. And then I didn't play any sports, so I was just on the sidelines cheering them.
Cheering them on. That's right. That's right. Nothing wrong with that. So, tell me a little bit about your roadmap to get to becoming a teacher. What inspired you, or when did you know that you wanted to be a teacher?
I've always loved history, and I think I knew that I wanted to go into something history related since I was in middle school. I had a really good teacher, Mr. Phipps, in middle school who made me fall in love with history. And so I knew that. And then, senior year of high school, I accidentally signed up for the education program that they had here with some of my friends. And I think the majority of us that were in that class ended up becoming teachers because we were exposed to it that year and really liked the idea of being able to go into education.
Okay, yeah, kind of somewhat like Morgan, I've kind of always had the idea in my head that I wanted to be a teacher. And, when you grow up, you go through 25 different career changes.
Right.
But when it really got serious in high school and I was, really thinking about it, when you say you want to be a teacher, the first thing people say is, why do you want to do that? You're not going to make any money. So when you're hearing that at, 15 and 16 years old, it kind of pushes you away from it a little bit. But, I was kind of in between. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. And then actually my senior year of high school is probably when I really figured out I wanted to be a teacher. I lost my mom with COVID during my senior year. So through that, the support that I had from my teachers, it spoke volumes to me, of the love that teachers have. So it kind of confirmed to me, yeah, this is for sure what I want to do.
We're extremely proud of both of you, and know you'll make great teachers, and hopefully here or in a school real close or nearby to grow our own. So, like you said, I've said, the program really started while you were in high school, and so we've got a lot of kids walking the hallways right now that we're trying to recruit and to continue this program, and we want to get them into some education courses so they could graduate quicker and with an education degree and have opportunity to come back student teach here or one of our other great schools in Knox County. What would you say to some of these students who are saying, nah, I'm not going to be a teacher? Not that we would say that in our high school years, but those students who are saying, I don't think I want to be a teacher, how would you encourage them to say, give these education courses a chance and how much it pays off in the end? What would you say about that?
I think a lot of what Chloe said a minute ago is true. When you say you want to become a teacher, especially when you're young, people are going to say, why do you want to do that? You're not going to make any money. Or they'll say, oh, you're just doing that so you can get the summers off, which I've heard a lot. But it's just, I think, in taking those CD 100 classes, it helped me in a lot of ways. One is it saved a lot of money in college. Mm-hmm. So especially for all of your pathways, but for education specifically, I got credit for CED 100. Mm-hmm. That took half a semester off. That's why I'm able to graduate in 3.5 years. Mm-hmm. And for you or your parents, whoever's paying for that college, that money makes a difference. It's a lot of money when it really, you don't think about it in high school, but it is, a lot of money. And so finding what you want to do when you're young is you're going to go through a lot of changes, and like Chloe said, but being able to find out that this is what I want to do and not letting anybody be like, it's not worth it. That's why we're in the position we're in with the teacher shortage, just because people downplay the effect teachers have on students. So I encourage everybody to look back at a teacher that really affected you, because we all have one, and just be like, if I can be half of what that teacher was, then I think I'm doing a good job.
Yeah, kind of like Morgan said, you got to think any job you have, there's going to be cons with it. Just, no matter what field you go into. So probably no matter what career you say, people are going to say, oh, you don't want to do that. But in the end, it's just whenever you find a job that you like, that's what you need to stick with. And then, taking those classes, like she said, it definitely saved us money, in the long run, because every class you take in college, you have to pay for. So any extras you can get while you're in high school is the best way to go. And then just being able to graduate in 3.5 years gets us started quicker. And even if like we're graduating in December, so even if we can't get a job right away, that opens us up to be able to sub. And so that's just still like, it's just putting us further ahead quicker. So.
Right. Thank you both. A lot of opportunities there for our students. Dual credit in any area is very important for our students to take advantage of. Saves on college, like these girls have talked about, and as you especially know the area you're interested in going in, you can tailor some of your classes to that, whether it be media dual credit or education dual credit. There's some great opportunities here at Knox Central High School for our students in the dual credit opportunities in their junior and senior years. Girls, I appreciate you all doing this and being part of this, and I think Mr. Matlock from behind the camera has some questions for you too.
Okay, we've asked everybody, define success in your own words.
So I think success is different for everybody. It's defined by who you are. I had a professor once say success can be measured day by day. So if you think about like what's my success for the day, is that, getting this paper done? Is that like eating well? Is that, is it doing the stuff that makes you happy, healthy, and proud of what you're doing? I think that's what I think success is.
Yeah, I can agree with Morgan on that one. Success is definitely different for everybody. It's just your goals. Everybody has different goals. So, whether it's big or small, if you just achieve that goal, you were successful in doing that.
Okay, any notable Knox Central teachers that you want to share that had an impact on your life while you were here?
I'm going to think. There were a couple. One that I had my senior year was Miss Bentley. She was a great English teacher, and she made it a point to really connect with all of her students. And so that class always felt like a class that, even though it was a hard class because it was a dual credit class and you had a lot to do, was a class that I looked forward to going to because I had it with my friends, but it's also like she was able to sort of level with you and like rationalize with you. So I thought I really liked having her class.
Yeah, all 4 of my years, I had great teachers at Knox Central. Probably some of my favorite were like Miss Griffith and Miss Trosper, Miss Mahan. They were just all like made it fun to come to school, and they just really tried to connect with you and just make your time here the best it could be.
Okay, last question. What's your message to Knox County? Anything you want to say to the viewers that watch this video?
Just be involved. Be involved in everything that you want to be involved in, but especially for the kids of Knox County, like they may not say they appreciate it, but looking back, like she said, the people who put together the stuff for KC Crazy, the people who fed us when we went to away games for softball, the sponsorships that we got for softball and all of that, like looking back, I appreciate it a lot more, and they're teenagers, so they're not going to say that they're super appreciative of it, but it really does make a difference in what these kids are able to do and how far they're able to go.
Yeah, I can agree with her on that one too. And then just looking at it from the education side of things, like when you kind of go to school, being from like a mountain county, it's kind of looked down on sometimes, being from Knox County or just a smaller county. But when you really look back at all of the things that we got to do through high school and middle school, we have some of the best schools, I think, in the state, just being in the different schools that I've been in. So just being able to come back to Knox County, I've loved being able to student teach and observe in the county that I grew up in.
I appreciate you both for doing this interview. They were very hesitant, but they did an excellent job. This is just one of the many great things we have going on at Knox Central High School as we celebrate the 20 years here on Panther Way. And I appreciate both Chloe and Morgan for sharing their story. We have other students who are student teaching in other places right now who have very similar experiences. But if you are a student that's interested, or you're a parent that has a junior or senior and you're interested in learning more about the Grow Your Own, please feel free to contact Knox Central High School, talk to a guidance counselor. The course offerings will be available for juniors and seniors in the spring of this year as we continue to try to grow more educators here in Knox County and our surrounding area and throughout the world. We want to provide quality educators and quality workforce by the work we do here at Knox Central High School. Thank you all for watching this.